Guys, so welcome back to the channel. So I know this video is going to be is uploading late, but I did recorded everything, just didn't get around to editing everything in time. But I'm really trying to prep some videos for this upcoming season, so this one's going to be up late, but I'm going to continue the consistency, or at least try. So this video is mainly just a recap of the past week. Initially I started doing a week in the life like I did in my last video, but you guys, it got really hectic, and it was a lot of last minute things that were thrown in the whole, mix-ups that I had to kind of assess at the time. And if you don't know, and if you're new, let's just welcome my newbies. If you're new, my name is Jenna. Yes. And my last video, I was talking about the event that I was planning for the kids at my job for Halloween. I know by the time this video is up, Halloween is over with, and we're getting ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yes. But I wanted to do a recap because, like I said, it was supposed to be a week in the life. So what we end up doing, the craft activities, that I did for the kids. There were 4 craft activities that we did prior to. We had I had them decorate their pumpkin, and I bought the pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, the foam one. This is the pumpkin decorating kit that I put together for the kids at my job. So this is one of the craft activities, probably for that Monday. So in their kit, they have one of the foam pumpkins from Dollar Tree. They have a foam brush, and I got that in a set of 8 from Dollar Tree as well. They have a color by number coloring page, and then they have this face sticky sheet. I got a pack from Amazon. I believe it was a pack of like 16 or so. If I find the link, I'll just link it below. And then I cut up like a brown, like a craft paper, wrapping paper, and I cut it wide enough so that it could be their painting mat. And then that is pretty much it for their kit. Then I put the instructions right there to make it fairly easy for them to follow. And that is it. Every client has their own like paint in their own kit, like their own variation of paint. So the only thing that they would need is a foam brush. They do have paint brushes, but painting something this large needs something a little bit more, like a foam brush that will cover, more coverage, or at least have more coverage. So that is it for their craft kits, and this will be their craft activity for Monday, all set up in this Dollar Tree Ziploc bag. And they decorated their pumpkin, and then I was able to display those pumpkins in the main area and throughout the area as decor. With that, they did these paper plates craft, and I got a lot of the ideas from Pinterest and other videos of what kids activities they could do for the holidays. And for the paper craft, I just created these different fonts, and then put everything in bags, and then let them cut up their stuff and put them all together. Initially, when I prepped all the craft, I put them in the Ziploc bags, and I distribute them to each staff member for their client, and they were able to create their craft with their client. And so with all the decor that we had, I wanted to keep it minimal and just be about the kids' art. So when they were completed, I had each day that they had a craft activity they had to do, and when that was done, I displayed it that day once it was dry. Now, initially it was a full day activity, guys. Like in the morning, because we have different people coming throughout the day, in the morning we had our trick-or-treat sessions where the kids would go door to door in the facility and trick-or-treat in the facility, if I could say it anyway. So the bags that they had were their craft bag, and that was one of the craft activity, and they did that in the morning to still get that feel. And let me tell you guys, they really did like it. They were laughing, they enjoyed it. It was fun for them, like way more fun than I thought that they would have had, because I thought that them being confined in a building, that it wouldn't, bring out that same, Halloween spirit of trick-or-treating, but it did. They came dressed up, they did it, and it was fun. The afternoon activity was different activity stations. And as you can see, I set up at least 5 stations, and some I had to wait for rotation for tables. So I did this massive jack-o'-lantern beanbag pumpkin, and it took me 4 hours. Yes, 4 hours to do that, and that's more so because that was a trial and error. And I was reinforcing it so much with different cardboard boxes. And if you cut up boxes and you cut in a box in precision, it takes time. So the stations, the activity stations I set up, I use, what is that, painter's tape? Painter's tape, and I sectioned off each activity station because I wanted the kids to be able to stay in that zone. So each activity was prepped for at least 2 kids per time, but they were on the opposite ends of the table. So still keeping that distance, but the distance between a table and table was 6 feet. So yes, you guys, I pulled out my measuring tape, and I measured each zone appropriately so that kids wouldn't corral in one area. And even though 2 kids were at a station, they were on opposite end. Like even the bean bag, if you notice on the ground, I put tapes on the ground and I put tapes in the front of the station. That is where they had to stand to be outside of the zone for the kids that needed to get to that zone. And then you had the kids in the box area. So still trying to keep social distancing in a way, and still trying, and that's initially another thing that we were trying to teach them, to wait and stay in their zone because that was their time. They did follow a task strip, and each task strip had a colored shape. And if you notice on the I hope I showed it. If you notice on each zone, the picture, each zone had a colored shape, so they had to follow that task strip to stay in that zone for a 5 to 10 minute rotation. So yes, you guys, even though I put it together so that all the kids would be able to be in each activity, it was still structured play because they were on an area for a time play. They had to follow a task strip so that only 2 kids would be in their zone, and then when they were in their zone, they were still apart in their zone. So yes, when I said it took a lot of planning and detail trying to keep the social distancing, still in play while still trying to have fun, I think that's the most complicated part about trying to plan an event in this era or this time. Is still trying to keep in play the 6 feet and the social distancing, and trying to keep clean and sanitized. And when you're talking about kids, preschoolers, elementary kids, you have to stay on task with these things, because as soon as things get a little bit fun and hectic, all that clean and mental germs and all that stuff go right out the door, because all they want to do is have fun. So you have to make sure you put things in place prior to, with the intention that, okay, they're just going to go crazy. They're just going to want to have fun, and they're going to forget that. Keep your mask on, sanitize your hands. So that's what I had to put in effect. And I didn't get to record all that because, again, we're dealing with kids, and I don't and cannot show their faces because of privacy and all that stuff. One of the other activities was a matching game, and I printed out these pictures with these ice cube, and I used Connect-A-Cube to put inside of the ice cube, but I took a picture of how it's supposed to be done, and they were supposed to match the pattern. So that was one of their tasks. And then a fourth one was a puzzle activity, which I didn't get around to taking a picture of. What I basically did is I just printed out a picture online, laminated, cut it up, and then cut it up in 4 to 6 pieces, and they had to put the puzzle pieces together. But I had a sample picture available for them to see. And then the fifth one was like an eyeball color sorting. So I bought the eyeballs from the Dollar Tree and the cupcake pans, and I color coordinate with construction paper, yellow and blue, and they had to color coordinate the eyeballs using the spoons with the color coordinated circles in the cupcake. So working on a lot of fine motor, gross motor. And you guys, when I say that they had fun, they really had fun. And I'm actually proud, because that was a lot of work. It took a lot of time, but I'm gonna tell you, that was that was a lot of work, and I would say a good 95% of it was done under my own belt. But I'm glad I did it. It's done, and it's done. I just wanted to do it to have something for the kids to do for the holiday season, given this year, given the situation. And for most, from what the parents were telling me, they wasn't going to do anything anyway out of fear of the whole COVID and, you know, um, germs and whatnot. So still doing it in the facility, still making sure that things were done right, and they were all still wearing their mask and sanitizing throughout the day. So that's what we did for that. So I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a recap because initially this was supposed to be Sunday's past video, and I didn't get it up in time. But if you haven't noticed, I changed my uploads from Friday to Sunday, and that's mainly because it gives me more time to film and edit and upload on Sunday if I'm trying to get content throughout the week. My previous content was on my previous upload. It was on Friday, and it wasn't really giving me enough time to film and edit throughout the week. So pushing it to Sunday gives me more time to do that. So with all that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. I'm getting real excited for the holiday season and all the stuff that I'm getting ready to create. I am going to be doing some DIYs and stuff in the future. So if that's something that you feel that you're going to enjoy, hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys next week in another video. Bye.